Hello and welcome back to Positive Impact TV. Today we're back with our Entrepreneur Fit series of interviews, and we have a super special guest today to talk about how to get out of a very stuck place and get back to a place of joy, peace, and love. So before I introduce Tammy, let me just give you a little bit of a background as to why we're even here. If you guys have followed us previously, you will know that the reason why we're bringing you guys these interviews is for you to get to know the practitioners that are part of Entrepreneur Fit community. And this is a community that is worldwide, and it encompasses professionals and practitioners from all sorts of walks of life to help you basically get to the best self in the mind, body, business, and soul space, and all at a discounted rate. So we'll talk about it a little bit later, and I'm going to pass the mic to Tammy, and she's going to introduce herself, let us know who she helps and how.
Hi, Jess. Thank you so much for having me here today. I am Tammy from Pets to Heart, and I essentially help heart-centered high achievers who want to create impact and service to their purpose and their mission, right? But they're overwhelmed, they're getting burned out, and they're doing all the mindset, all the strategies, and putting themselves out there, ticking all the boxes, but they just find they're getting depleted in the body. They're feeling stuck, like they're hitting a glass ceiling. And so that's, where I come in, Jez. And I'm a body whisperer. I'm a self-love embodiment guide. And essentially I use the face and body of someone. I do a face and body analysis to help highlight what is subconsciously in the way for someone and to release repressed emotions. And to help them open to receive what they say they want with that impact and abundance, with more balance and ease, and just to return to that happy place that we all want to come back to, right? So
Love it. Love it. Yeah, absolutely. So as I had a previous personal experience where I felt exactly like what you're describing, let me ask you from that place. So if a person is feeling stuck and confused, what is it a sign of, like on a deeper level?
Yeah. Thank you for asking this question, because oftentimes what I actually tell people is that overwhelm is actually a self-confidence issue. It actually goes deeper into a self-confidence issue about being able to set those boundaries, being able to know what our vision, what is important to us, and at a deeper level, even from that, it stems from how we are feeling about ourselves. So it's actually in the emotional realm that not many of us often want to dive into. That is one of the core pieces, right, of when we're experiencing that. And maybe that's something that you could resonate with, and not, but it's what I see
Absolutely.
again and again with all my
That is
clients.
amazing. And you know what? It's not such an obvious connection between overwhelm and self-confidence, but when you mentioned boundaries, I can totally see that. And whether we are in a leadership role and any sort of responsibility, right? Even if we're a caregiver, having the expectations of others, internalizing them as we must meet them, and not being able to push back, being aligned with ourselves, and trying to please everybody and everything around us is definitely something that I experienced and led me to my burnout. So how do you then address that? If you work with a person, you identify that they're not able to set boundaries, or it comes down to their self-confidence, where do you go next? Like, it's self-confidence is not something that's easily fixable overnight or in a coaching session.
Yeah, and this is where I find the value of face and body analysis, and just walking someone through the journey of their own face, because many people don't know that our body is the embodiment of our thoughts and emotions, and actually every feature on our face speaks actually to parts of our personality, our strengths, our challenges, internal conflicts within us, right? And so for me, the reason I work with high achievers that are doing the mindset strategy, because often that keeps us in the headspace, you know what I mean? And somewhat out of our body, a bit disconnected to the emotions. And I find the face reading, it sounds like this like palmistry thing. And I think it's a great thing, palmistry. But it's a place where it's not necessarily bringing us into the heart space. So what I mean is that the face and body analysis is a great way to help someone actually see themselves again. And the space that I'm holding for people, and that's one of my expertise, is to help someone drop back into their body, into the heart space, and to actually see themselves. Because what I find is a lot of people, we get ready in the morning every day and we are looking good for other people, but we're not actually seeing ourselves. And so I really start from that place. And you know what? Not everyone's on that path of wanting to go deeper, but it's a really great way to just help someone shift their relationship with themselves in that moment. It could happen in one session, actually. And face and body analysis is this. It's actually a therapeutic tool. We're comparing to a lot of counselors that have been psychosomatic therapists. They actually say it's equivalent to 4 to 6 sessions of regular therapy. And so it can go deep very fast, and it really depends on where that person is on their journey of their personal development. And so I hope that answers the question, Jez.
Yeah, that is amazing. Okay, so let's say they sit through this assessment and you help them identify what is contributing to them feeling stuck. You dig a little bit deeper. What is the end result? What is the desired outcome that your clients come to you to help achieve?
Well, often people come, obviously, when there's some level of pain. Unfortunately, that's what motivates us as humans. And so often it's that overwhelm. It's that knowingness within self that they're out of alignment and they're not being authentic. And that can feel a bit intangible, but definitely the overwhelm and just feeling like they're burned out. They're getting confused. They're tired of being anxious and they feel like they're doing everything they can. And so when what I do is I guide someone back into themselves to develop that authenticity and alignment, because what it is that our left side of our face is our inner world and the right side is our outer world. And so to see ourselves in this way and to bring alignment to these pieces, obviously can't be done in a session, but it really brings someone to the core of where we need to go within ourselves. And so the result is a deeper embodiment of self-love. It's coming back to that love and peace and calm and creating from that peace. Because if we're wanting to create impact and abundance with more balance and ease, we're going to have to feel that within ourselves. It has to come from here. And, people in personal development, we hear that all the time. But what does this exactly mean? What does that look like? And how does that feel in my body? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So from the types of people that come to you, obviously some, for example, meditate. They may already be sort of in tune with how they feel, how their inner self is aligned or misaligned. But for people who maybe don't know any of the tools and they're just feeling raw and they're feeling like they're off, what would you start with a person who's maybe not dabbled into the spiritual development or into any sort of neuroscience or metaphysical tools? What would be the first type of exercise that you would offer? Let's say maybe our audience can do as a self-assessment to identify if they are misaligned with themselves or if they're having any of these struggles that you mentioned.
The reason I start with the face and body is that I definitely tailor that to the person in front of me. But it's just something simple, like look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and really look into your eyes, right? What are you feeling? Are you going right away to judgment? Are you feeling all these sensations in your body? You're not actually feeling happy in that present moment. That's getting a bit real and actually building that initial connection and realization with ourselves. Because that's the thing, is that when we start to overdo and go on that hamster wheel of life, right? And we're not actually present with ourselves. And even if we're not moving without intentionality, we're really not going deep enough within ourselves to create that, impact or difference that we're wanting to make, with our huge heart. And so that's one really simple thing that someone could just start with to realize where they're at. How much presence can you hold for yourself? What's the first thing that comes up? And how are you being with yourself in that? you know?
That is amazing. I remember the time when I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror. I was avoiding my own eyes, like I would avoid everybody else's look. And that definitely is, I think, a part of the problem. We just don't even want to face the reality. We don't want to acknowledge that we are in a bad place. So I encourage everybody who's listening to first of all do this exercise. See if you're able to see yourself in the mirror. See if you're able to look yourself in the eyes and admit that you may need help. And Tammy offers free consultations. Her profile is on entrepreneurfit.ca. You can join for free, subscribe to this amazing organization. There's multiple practitioners, and give Tammy a call and see if she can help you identify what it is that is keeping you from achieving being your best you. Right? Tammy, anything else you'd like to mention to our folks or to give them any tips in conclusion of this interview?
You know what? I will say, like, for anyone in entrepreneur fit community, if you do this exercise, right, and there's something that comes up, part of a certain feature that comes up for you, and you're just curious and you want to reach out, like, yeah, reach out and check in with me. I'll be happy to like give some initial guidance around that and explore that with you. So
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, I hope that we've given you enough encouragement. And I think you know that Tammy understands the problem. Like, she understands people who are going through this situation. This is not the best time in your life. This is not the best place to be. I've been there. I know how hard it was and how desperately I wanted to get out of that place of confusion and feeling stuck. So there is definitely light at the end of the tunnel. And thank you, Tammy, for being there for people to support them through this journey, giving them hope, giving them tools and resources, and helping them get to a better place and achieve their best potential. All right, let me just share the screen one more time. I will show you guys again where you can find Tammy and other amazing professionals. So entrepreneurfit.ca is the website. You would go there and join. And then once you join, you can look for Tammy in the vendor or provider section. And you will also be able to see other amazing professionals in the health, wellness, business, and soul space. And it's all there for you at a discounted rate, and you can use these services from anywhere in the world. This is a global community growing at a very, very fast rate. And if you are a professional or practitioner who is looking to reach a wider audience globally, this is a community to join as a provider. And we always hang out together. We do lots of events. We have summits every quarter. We're going to do an in-person conference and retreat in December every year in Mine Riviera. So this is the time to come on board. All right. This would be the conclusion of our interview. Thank you, Tammy, again. I really, really appreciate your time. And we will see you in the next episode.